Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to Dragonheir with Dragonheir Season 2, The Fall of the Increscent. Guys, if you've never played this game before, this is the time to try it out. I'll have a link for you guys to download the game down in the description and comments of the video, as well as some gift codes for you guys to pick up some freebies and use them in your journey within Dragonheir. Season 2 start is amazing. It feels like a brand new game. If you've been playing Season 1 already and you go into Season 2, it feels like a brand new game. It's a brand new game, and there's new sandbox. Like, the experience in the sandbox feels much different. It feels much smoother. There's optimizations in everything, and since you can play this game in all devices, iOS, Android, Mac, PC, Epic Game Store, Steam, and can transfer also your progression through all of these devices. It's an amazing game to try. Coming into 2023, well, finishing 2023, going into 2024, there should be even more collaborations. Also, they've already done one collaboration with D&D and it went fantastic. I actually have the D&D collected hero Drizzt from that one, and the game just feels amazing. Let me just talk a little bit about Season 2, The Fall of the Increscent, and what it is all about. Season 2 feels so much different because there's so many new things that they've added. Not only just the heroes, the 30 new heroes that they've added, but also, guys, the fact that there's new damage types added into this game makes it much more interesting. New damage types means there's more ways to do damage, more strategies between the heroes and champions that you collect, which I'll be summoning for a little bit later, and trying to get lucky and get those burn heroes, the ice blast or the thunderbolt heroes, through specific summoning banners, which is very cool, very unique thing I found. And also there's different affinity combinations this time around. In Season 1, you could use, let's say, your fire heroes together with your poison heroes and get some affinity bonuses to help you through. This time around, it's not like that. It has changed and it is different. You can use different combinations, like poison together with the the lightning team. You can have fire together with necrosis, or you can have your frost in like different scenarios. And as you pick different teams around, the strategies are going to be different, and together with the new damage types, things will be different in terms of team building and what decisions you're making, since you're starting from scratch. All your champions are at level 1. So if you guys are starting out and I'm starting out, we have level 1 heroes together, okay? And we're leveling them together. I might have more heroes since they get carried from Season 1, but we still have to level them up basically at the same pace. And that is what is interesting and makes things exciting in terms of the team building and decisions that I have to make with all the heroes that I have available, which is pretty cool. There's also brand new quest line that you can explore in a whole different area called the Dragonheir, which is this one right here. It also has the way to travel through the sea and actually go into your boat and travel through. That is pretty cool, is what I found. There's also 30 new heroes. There's the new hero Kinsfolk, the Merfolk, that is added into the game, and there's also brand new equipment bonus set bonuses to pick up. So if you're trying to get your heroes much stronger, you can get different sets now and have different ways to build your teams based on those sets maybe. And there's also optimizations making the new player experience a little bit better. There's faster growth. There's just smoother early game for all players out there. And of course, with that being said, what are the rewards for players going from Season 1 into Season 2? Well, I'll show you guys right now. Season 1, when you finish, there was a shop, okay? And that was very cool because the shop in Season 1, let me open it up. The shop in Season 1, called the Season Shop, could actually give you some very nice rewards, such as Heliolite dice, Starlight Stone dice, those are the summons, Scholar Scrolls, or even the Master Scrolls, which are used on Legendaries, which I picked up already using my currency that I have from Season 1. There's also going to be Season 2 specific summoning banners, and there's also just the 4th firing salmons. Those are, again, specific currencies used from Season 1 going into Season 2. That is all the cool stuff that the game provides to players who stick with it through for Season 1, and going into Season 2, their accounts get a little bit of an extra edge, but it's just a fantastic experience. Also, Season 2 still has like 80 days for me, so it's a long time until this is over, and by that time I'll have lots of heroes and different setups leveled up and going for the account. So let me just show you a little bit of the summons as well. I wanted to show you guys on how these work. These are the 4th firing summons. These are actually, look at this, every 10 summons guarantee a legendary hero. This is just an amazing opportunity. I've already done some. I felt like I wanted to do more, and I think in my next 5 I'll be summoning and picking up a guaranteed legendary, since I've done 16 I believe so far. So on the next 4 I should be able to pick up one more legendary hero, and then I'm gonna do summons on that. Oh, there's actually one legendary there right now. Let's see what it is, and it's, oh, I get Vikana. So she's a new poison hero, I believe. She gains 1 stack of permanent enlightenment, and also fires 3 bolts each at a random enemy, dealing poison damage with a 50% chance of inflicting a stack of poison. Poisons are interesting in this game. I don't feel like they're as strong as in other games that I've played, but it is interesting on how you can use them to do lots of damage if you have multiple heroes with the same damage type, like poison. And fires an arrow, dealing poison damage to enemies within range and marking them. Each time the marked enemy is inflicted with poison, a toxic blast is triggered, dealing derivative poison damage. There we go. That's where she becomes special and does some good damage. All right, so we got 3 more summons. I didn't expect a legendary from the first summon, but it is much welcome. And now we get an epic. Okay, that's not bad. This is Hirval. This is a dupe, so I get some currency back for that one. That is totally fine. The 4 firing summons are basically worth it if you've been doing season 1 and you want to be picking up some new heroes. This one's a rare. It's totally fine with that since I got my legendary, and then I've got 32 more summons, guys, to go for and try and pick out some good stuff from the season 2 specific one. So this is the season 2 specific summons. The legendary heroes and epic heroes available in this summons are all season 2 new heroes. That's what I wanted to do the summons for. If you click on summon details, you can see all these new heroes added into the game. There's 13 new heroes, right? All these new heroes also carry with them specific new skills. I'll give you an example. This is the fire guy, but he is burn. Damage type is burn. It means that this guy will be doing damage as normal as a fire affinity, elemental affinity, but also he will be inflicting burn on enemies. Okay, and burn is a very specific debuff added into season 2, which is very cool. We also have the thunderbolt. I went over this guy. He was so cool, and his animation when doing his ultimate ability is just amazing. It just goes up in the sky and just throws the lightning. It's so cool. He has the thunderbolt specific damage type for season 2, and then I believe the other one is called the ice blast. So I gotta find an ice hero to show you guys that. There we go. Zorak right here has the ice blast, so that is why I'll be summoning on this banner. I feel like it is well worth it, and the hype should be there. Okay, with these summons I've got 32 and some extra gems. Those pretty much guarantee me to get a legendary. The pity here is at 35 summons you'll get a legendary. So yeah, we are pretty much going for at least one legendary here. On the 4th firing I actually got lucky and got the legendary there, but I wonder how many I'll get here. So let's go. I'll be doing 5 pulls, meaning 5 summons at a time. And what do we get? This is all rares. All rares. A little bit sad to get all rares, but
Milady dislikes
those who blindly mine but never explore.
Who's this guy? Sadik. He's an ice blast gnome. If the hero has ice crystals after casting a battle skill, casts again by consuming 1 stack of ice crystal. Okay, pretty cool. Single target, strikes the enemy 3 times, and then this is a big AoE. 75% chance to gain 1 stack of ice crystal. Okay, ice crystal is not the same as the ice blast, is it? Or are they just considered just the ice blast that work together with other ice blast heroes? Let's go. More summons. I want to see some good stuff. All right, we get an epic here. Oh, Usha is actually fantastic rare. She has such a good synergy with other Frost heroes. I just love that part. Hirvolm, okay, I have him already. He's a Thunderbolt guy. Grover's actually another very strong rare. You cannot use dupes in this game, so that is why I'm skipping over these guys, because I have them already. These rares, although they might not look that interesting, they are actually very useful and carry hard if you have like a free-to-play account, or in you know, a small spending account. You can definitely use rares and epics to push through all sorts of content in the game. So pushing through, let's see. Yeah, another epic. All right, and okay, it's fine. Oh, Girthin. All right. Crit rate bonus. All right, and then the carrier's battle skill will gain an additional effect. The ice crystal that stacks 5 times. And then she's got a big single target. She jumps towards an enemy. That's gonna be very cool in PvP. Jumping to the back line of enemies. That could be very interesting. But also maybe for dungeons. It depends what kind of dungeons we're getting in later parts of season 2. There's the first burn rare that I get. This guy, Percival, grants 20% attack up to all burn allies. Okay, so you need him to boost up your burn allies. You need this rare, I guess. Just make them stronger. Alright, let's just oh, is this a Lego? No, it's an epic. Okay. Expected, maybe. Okay, Sadik, I get a copy of him. We get the duplicates right there. Then how much summons I've got left? 12 summons. I want a cool legendary. I want a cool legendary. Come on. One more epic here. Duplicate. Oh, brand new one. He's a burn lizard. Blazeland lizard folk, the true neutral. When the hero deals damage to an enemy with a basic attack, 30% chance to inflict the burn. He gains a shield, then deals fire damage. And then his ultimate deals fire damage to all enemies within range. If the targets are under burn, dispels all burn from them. Every stack of burn dispel deals additional fire damage to them. Huh. So he doesn't dispel it in that sense, but he just basically explodes the burn on the enemies right there. And if you click on details here, we can see the additional damage that he does. Pretty cool. So you have other burn heroes together with this guy. They apply the burn. The burns are on the enemies, and then he just explodes those stacks basically by dispelling them, and just does a lot of damage. Probably will need to be running him with attack and accuracy so that you can get that fire to be dispelled, depending on, I believe, the enemy's resistance. So we'll see about that, whether he's worth putting into a combination of heroes. I think the game is pushing me to make a burn comp, so that's pretty cool. Let's go 5 more. If this is... Oh, there's the Lego. Yeah, I could hear the sounds. And the game just spoils it for you. It's like, there we go, Rose. All right, we get a legendary support. I'm a bit heavy on the supports, if I'm being honest. So when the hero has a buff, the enemy cannot resist debuffs inflicted by the hero. Huh. This is pretty cool. So if you buff up yourself, you don't need accuracy. That's pretty cool. Deals enlightenment and radiant damage to enemies within the range with a 75% chance to inflict recharging speed penalty. This is very good for dungeons. Meanwhile, the hero gains enlightenment and then a big cast a spell 4 times, each dealing radiant damage to random enemy and nearby enemies, and a 75% chance to inflict attack penalty. Heals all allies around the random enemy by 4% of the target's max HP plus enlightenment, with a 100% chance of dispelling 1 debuff from them. The hero casts a spell 1 extra time for every 100 enlightenment they have. Up to 6 spell castings of this heal. This looks amazing. Just spamming that ultimate at the end. Oh, what are the ratings? 4.5, 4. Huh. Looked like amazing, but the ratings are on the lower end actually by the players. So I don't know. Maybe it's too early to think of in the season. And then we go Girthin. I have her already. And Sigrid is like the MVP rare for damage dealing. She was like the most used rare, I believe, in the game last season. Okay guys, sometime later after my summons, I went ahead and leveled up my burn units because I want to try them out in terms of how does the burn work. And I'm really curious to see on how Loyal Guard works right here, because he has this skill right here, the ultimate skill, which uses up the burns, dispels them, and does damage based on that. So I will need to stack up the burns first using my other two heroes. This guy, Necromancer, who does apply burns, and then this ray right here, Crimson Robe, who also applies burns plus a 20% attack up to all burn allies. So he's crucial. Although a rare, he's crucial for my units here to be synergizing together. And the fact that the affinities that I'll need would probably, I'll be looking at 3 maybe burn units and then maybe 2 necrosis, like a necrosis tank and a necrosis healer, if I'm gonna build a complete team. But at this point of the game, the early start of the season, you don't need to be building a complete squad. You can use 3 of the same element or the combination of elements like fire and necrosis, and then use 2 other ones to get the 3 hero bonus, and then later on you go for the 5 person bonus. So what I want to do now, guys, is I want to go to the frost domain. I think that's where these fire heroes will be the most beneficial. The reason for this is in the frost domain. So the problem in the frost domain is that if you got a cold hero, so frost heroes, and you got radiant heroes, you do less damage to it and you take more damage. So you can go in there with your frost team and expect to be doing much. You'll be taking a lot of damage and dealing way less damage, so it makes sense to build other elements. And here is where the burn comes in, the fire units. Okay, so let's go into stage 2 of the frost domain and see how this works. I have this already set up because I tried it already, if I'm being honest, just to see on how it would work. But let me just show it to you guys after I've built up my team. And I can't really run it on auto at all times because at this point of the game, my equipment is not the best just yet. What I can do though is deactivate the ultimate yet. So although all my other heroes will be doing ultimates, this guy here will not be doing his ultimate. And remember, his ultimate ability will be using up the burns. So look at that, the burns are already doing some solid damage there. But I want them to stack up and then use my burns. So right now these waves are kind of easy, if I'm being honest. So I don't need to use the ultimate. Once I see some burns stacking up on multiple of these guys, then I can use this. Look at that, it does like a big burst and just adds up on top of the damage. But I've noticed, guys, what I've noticed here is, just let this on auto, is that the rare unit is doing the most amount of damage out of the whole squad, which is insane. I'm not even sure how my healers died there, so this will be looking tricky. Oh, why did my healer die there? Did you get ambushed or something? This will be an interesting boss encounter. I don't think I can beat the boss without a healer. So this specific boss, guys, he applies a shield, okay? After this point, he applies a big shield, which you have to break it or else you'll be receiving frost damage plus, see, we have it, barely had enough damage there, so we didn't have it. So you need to break the shield or else you take a lot of damage. So that is where my issue is right now, is that I don't have the damage, I don't think, when I'm also getting killed. Okay, here getting killed plus the decreased attack there is not, see, the burns do some good damage, but they're okay, we broke the shield. The burns do some good damage plus the execution of the spell there, which gives us more damage. It really helps the team, but my biggest problem is the decreased attack on me. That is what's basically destroying my damage potential. Alright, deactivated this one. So when you see the circle not there, we're good to go. Wow, without a healer, and I'm doing it actually. Let's look at the damage. The rare is just looking crazy good here. Gonna put up the shield now. So when we're stacking up the burns, let's use this. Let's do boom. Look at that. Okay, we break the shield. Yeah, that's why once you start getting equipment, that's what I wanted to say, but I had to take a look at the run, is that you need to be pacing your damage. Okay, oh, look at that, that was very close. You need to be pacing your damage, and you need to be using haste equipment in order to make your skills go quicker. So look at that. This was even my fastest time, 250, with 4 units surviving on the boss. That was very, very surprising. So let's go maybe to a different. I don't think in PvP I can actually make this work because my units, I'll need to build them very specifically with burns. What I'm interested in maybe the Grave of Venom. I can try this setup here. Let's try stage 1 of Grave of Venom though. This is a very specific one. You need double healers for this one, so I haven't built up my team yet. I need to level up lots of heroes. Level 35 heroes. 4 Flame of Elements here against us. 4? Yeah, these are the different tactics that they mentioned. So yeah, this will be interesting. I'm not sure I'll be able to do it, but we'll see. Okay, for this one, oh wow, we'll be getting hit for a lot now, but let's see. Let's use an HP food and an attack food. Okay, get us stronger a little bit. Then let's try this HP burn comp here. I hope the damage that we receive is not too much. Let's see on how the burns work here. Alright, there's Gillian, okay, with her heal. In the name of the light, okay. Okay, and let's see the burn now. Explosion. Actually, that was very quick. I did not expect the burn to do so much damage there. Let's see the damage recap there. Because I know I have a level 50 there. But that was definitely not it. So 11,000 damage there. 9,000, 15,000, and 18,000 almost from the rare. This rare, he's at the level cap as well. He's not promoted to 2 stars and he's doing so much damage. It's just crazy. With the gear that I have on them, is the most basic gear. None of them is skilled up. Not even the rare. I mean, the rare is easier to skill it up comparing it to the epics. So very surprising that this guy does so much damage. Deals fire damage to enemies within range, plus the burn support that he does there. Strikes the enemy 3 times each time, dealing fire damage. Very strong for a single target, it seems. And this is why the hero skills deals 30% more damage to enemies inflicted with the burn. Right. Okay, guys, this was the showcase. It was a very, very interesting run. We can have a look at it again, but the HP burn heroes, they look so cool. I just wish I had the legendaries. I just wish I had the legendaries to make these guys work, because I did have access to the test server, but that was for a very limited time period. So I now have to go back to my normal account, and on my normal account I don't have all the burn heroes to work with. But look at how fast they kill this. And I wonder how much stronger it would be as you would progressing forward to the higher difficulty. So yeah, this is the burn squad. Very, very interesting. Honestly, I implore you guys to give it a try. Download the game on your device and enjoy it. Also use the promo codes that I've mentioned earlier to get some freebies to get you started into season 2. You should definitely try the game out. It feels so good in terms of how smooth it is. The developers put in really the time and effort into it, and it's very much well worth the download to check it out if you are a fan of this hero collecting games with all of the skills, which I know you guys are. So thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.